相信还有很多同学和我一样热爱暴雪游戏，并且想要加入网易大家庭。那么现在你们的机会来了，暴雪游戏高校新联赛招募计划已经开启。我仅代表电竞实习生在这里向广大的在校生发出邀请，参加暴雪游戏高校新联赛，和我一起实现你们的电竞职业之梦吧。
Я считаю, что Лин один из лучших игроков за орков, и именно он показывает другим игрокам за расу орки, какой игровой стиль лучше, и что именно он является ведущим игроком за орков. И
정말로 다 졌다라고 생각한 경기를 말도 안 되게 역전하는 능력, 그런 말도 안 되게 역전하는 경기가 다 명경기인 것 같아요.
Но вообще Лин величайший игрок, и видел несколько его игр в новом патче. Как-то он играл невнятно, пытался нащупать, видимо, свой стиль через первого Таурена, Шадоухантера. Не думаю, что эти стратегии рабочие, и ему стоит... Ну, наверняка он нашел что-то другое, но то, что я видел, не внушало какого-то опасения, так что посмотрим.
잘 모르는 선수도 한 명 있는데 그 선수가 나이트 엘프라 방심할 수가 없는 상대고 다 모두 잘하는 선수 같아요.
他的一个缺点的话，可能就是我现在亡灵选手比较少吧，他要去找亡灵选手练习的话，可能是一个难题。
아무래도 요번에 패치가 라이플맨이 하향된 거 하고 블레이드 마스터가 이제 하향된 부분을 잘 노려봐야 될 것 같아요.
я хочу показать самый высокий уровень игры, на который я способен и нацелен, и верю, что высокий уровень игры позволит мне одержать максимальное количество побед, и это, собственно, и даст мне наилучший результат.
Тяжело говорить про цель, потому что вернулся я всего, считай, 2 месяца назад. Но моя цель — это показать свою лучшую игру и посмотреть, смогу я с ней пройти дальше и занять какое-нибудь место или нет. Но выложиться на максимум — это вот основная задача.
目标争取出线吧。最近几次黄金联赛的成绩都不是很好，所以先定一个小目标。
일단은 8강 올라가는 거를 당연히 목표로 하고 있습니다. 목표는 항상 3등 아닌데 솔직히 이번에 만족할 만한 좀 그 컨디션은 아닌 것 같고 게임 수가 좀 약간 부족해서 그래도 그냥 최선을 다해서 3등 안에 들 수 있게 열심히 해보겠습니다.
远古大陆，群雄割据，四方势力战火不绝，一为勇气穿梭于丛林之间，一切障碍都被他视作为猎物。一为力量劈开了世间万物，巨剑出鞘是将世界破坏殆尽。一为智慧操纵着远古奥义，突破自身，迸发出耀世的光芒。一为坚韧，被囚禁了千百年，打破禁锢，只为复仇整个世界。群魔并起，鸟兽无名，王者相争，独霸天下。
Ready to work.
And here we are back again for match number 2, live from Shanghai WGL Winter 2018. It looks like we're going to crown a new world champion because the current world champion is struggling in this very Group A, and there's reasons for that. One of the reasons is on the title throne right now. It's his reign of dominance from Orcs. Lin 3-0 in this group. Third time on stage as well, right? Or second time on stage? Second time, no, third time on stage.
He's a popular guy.
He is, absolutely. He is facing a human right now. That's going to be Chaemiko, his first stage match here. He's currently 1-2. He defeated Chaemiko, WFZ yesterday, but he lost to Neutron, actually. early, and too foggy, so the Night Elves don't suit him, but what about the Orcs? Korea versus Korea! In Group A.
Yeah, for Lin is already looking good here, making it out of the group stages into the playoffs. It's very unlikely that he doesn't make it, but here with this win, it's going to be 100%, and he wants to get that security under his belt. For Chaemiko, it's not looking that way. It's looking the opposite way. He's kind of in the same boat as Lucifer was before. He's facing down the barrel of the gun, kind of. He's going to be under a lot of pressure. He's going to have to continue to perform and basically win everything from here on. And going up against Lin, man, that is not going to be an easy job to fulfill.
And his last match would be a Human Mirror versus TH, so... Hard obstacles for Chaemiko. My boy Chaemiko, I'm praising him for more than a year right now, but he can't really bring it to the table when it really counts. I mean, we haven't seen his great micro thus far. Also, last time at GCS Summer,
he didn't make it out of the groups.
He didn't make it out of the groups. He lost in the lower bracket final. And especially, like, on stage, I feel that wasn't his atmosphere there. That wasn't his environment. He didn't show his best Warcraft. Hopefully, that was the experience that he needed to show off here, because he needs every single inch of skill that he has in his body to defeat Lin.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how his practice games have looked, but I talked to him a little bit, you know, joking around mostly, but also getting into Warcraft at some points. And there was a lot of frustration to be heard about the Keeper, as, you know, with so many others. But about Orc, he didn't complain, at least, which is something, I guess. And as I was hinting at earlier, when I was in the practice room with Focus and Soen and Lin, kind of like, you know, the Orc tag team, they were looking at replays, they were looking at practice games against Sok, that was, where Lin was actually struggling a little bit. Was he just experimenting there? Was he testing the limits? Or was he playing to his fullest and having issues there? Here we see his results again. Perfect record so far if you want to exclude the two maps, but those are very unlikely going to become relevant. Point to bring up here, by the way, the map score only matters in a three-way tie situation. If three players have defeated each other in a circle kind of a scenario, then map score will be relevant. If it's two players with the same match score, with the same number of victories, then it's going to be the head-to-head comparison, which is going to be more important. And yeah, here it is. 1-2 for Chaemiko. One more loss, and he's out for certain.
Indeed. June Park, Lin, with the win over Chaemiko, he would be qualified for the quarterfinals starting next Wednesday. He could secure that spot right here. The maps as follow. Chaemiko bans Concealed Hills and Twisted Meadows. Lin doesn't want to play on Aqua Isles, and Terranastan leaves us with Amazonia, Last Refuge, and Northern Isles.
Okay, especially AZ surviving kind of surprises me. Creep route still, we were mentioning it earlier already, very important, especially in this matchup in the early game for the human. It feels like night and day. Whether you get level 3 Archmage early or not can make all the difference in the world. That being said though, Chaemiko, he's the one guy who is giving more love to the MK than most other players. Now against Orc, that is a very dangerous choice to go for, but sometimes it works. I've seen actually Sok trying his hand at that as well and having decent success against Lin. That is practice games though, mind you, not real competition games. What is the strategy going to be here as we load into our first map between these two teams?
Korean Derby indeed. June Park, Lin, 31 years old versus Chaemiko, 24 years old. A lot of pressure on the younger player here, who starts in the bottom left of Northern Isles as a human player. The first human game we see on the WGL streams here at Back to Warcraft. And yeah, what's it gonna be? This looks weird. Very weird. Something is not working clearly.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a rehost for sure.
Yeah, some technical difficulty, I don't know, it looked like his mouse stopped working or something, I don't know. Should only be a small hiccup here, sometimes that happens, you know, we're gonna be ready to load in a short while.
Yeah, man, for Lin, it's his 5th WGL. He only reached the playoff twice thus far. Really wants to expand on that track record. Also, last time GCS Summer eliminated by TH in the quarterfinals. Chaemiko, that's his 2nd offline experience that he has. after last time. But he qualified back-to-back for the World Championship. That's a big step up for him, I guess, as well.
Yeah, he's still gathering experience, you know. As you said, last time was the first time for him playing on the ground in Shanghai for this big offline tournament. And yeah, as you said, this guy has been to almost all of them. He's been to so many tournaments. Must be in the hundreds, maybe? Probably reaching a little bit high here. But also, yeah, you said it. Only 2 times he made it out of the group stages. How is that even possible? Like, if you don't actually do the spreadsheet work as Neo always does, getting the results in, you wouldn't think so. Yep. He is the best orc of all time, is my opinion. But some people will disagree with this, but certainly the best orc that we have at the moment in the scene. And yeah, only 2 playoffs. That is not where he's supposed to be. Only 1 final as well. Was a beautiful final back then against 1-2-0.
Oh man, was that a beautiful final.
Yes, one crazy best of 5.
Full distance 3-2 win for the Necromancer 1-2-0 back then. But yeah, he wants revenge for that, and he is amongst the top 3 that we have here. But yeah, one of the top 3 might be eliminated after the group stage. That was TH, and maybe Foggy can reach those ranks here. Second try to start this game, as it seems. Lin has a 60% win rate versus human, is amongst the best human orc versus human players in the world. Chaemiko on the other side, horrible 42% win rate only. That is super, yeah, way below average. Yeah, starting positions now a little reversed, but this looks like a way better opening for Chaemiko. His year this year wasn't too great. A lot of 5th to 6th places, but also a lot of times eliminated in the group stages. For example, in Automads Cup, first round loss, in AWLs. But in Rust Brain Cup, he was nice. In the AWL Season 2, he has a good performance. And in the W League, he is in the first division, yeah, but he has the 3rd place there after Lucifer and Colorful. So in the 2nd tier of professional Warcraft, Chaemiko is up there, trying to break through that ceiling, making a splash into the scene. A win here would certainly be an exclamation mark for the future of Chaemiko, but man, so hard to accomplish. He's not without chances, especially in this matchup, but Lin revolutionized orc versus human. Lin is the reason why we don't see tower rushes all the time anymore.
God.
And the patch, obviously, but Lin came before the patch, and the meta shifted when he came back.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday about how much nicer the Orc versus Nihilith matchup is to observe nowadays. Lin brought us the first breath of fresh air and a sigh of relief as well when he figured out how to deal with those tower rushes. TH and Infi, yeah, and Romantic back then as well.
Well, he struggled a lot against Romantic, though.
Yeah, but making the tower rushes a lot harder to execute, and forcing them out of the meta was a sight for sore eyes back then.
Not only that, but also the statistics speak against Chaemiko. Those players have faced each other 8 times, and it is 7-1 for Lin. He's on a 5-0 streak against Chaemiko, winning him 5 times this year, man. They played each other 6 times, and the only win was in the March qualifier for GCS Summer, so that is a long, long time ago. Until then, in Automads Cup, 2-1 for Lin. In the GCS April race, 2-0 for Lin. In the Masters Coliseum qualifier, 2-0 for Lin. And in WGL July race, 2-1 for Lin. He needs to break the streak, but how?
Getting up to a good start with the Archmage, that's gonna be the early game that he desires. Oh, Farseer it is! And went for the little item carrying creep with the Wand of Illusion. Trying to go for some confusion with this, of course. When you summon those illusions, they don't do damage, and they take extra damage. But they can force some wrong focus, and maybe you can get something done with them. Interesting Archmage creep route, going for the natural creep camp right away. Not trying to expand, only for the experience, and seemed to be working out well. Last hit here is going to be a big deal. I think it went... I'm not sure, to be honest.
Me neither. It looked like the fireball got it, but maybe it was Lin.
I think it was Lin, because I think he only went for 1 creep on his side of the map, and for that he has too much experience.
Yeah, I think so too.
With that goldmine creep, by the way, peasants are pretty hurt in the main, so wolf harass could really be dangerous.
Yeah, Chaemiko is one of those players who constantly skips the arcane tower. That he actually builds one surprises me a lot.
Yeah, especially seeing the Farseer, he has to go for it. But this Farseer opening is a little weird, right? He goes for the first consumable, then goes for the second consumable, encounters his opponent, then has to retreat all the way back to the main to heal up, then go back to re-engage whatever he may want to re-engage. Whereas the AM here with simultaneous creeping of the peasants is going to get close to level 3 already. This is looking like a pretty good start for Chaemiko, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. Lin can't do too much with the help of an Ensign and maybe get a footman
Wow.
here. That is a super fast level 3 for Chaemiko.
Oh my god.
Getting this little Murloc and then level 2 Water Elementals. Of course, if you're an old school player, this battle has been fought a billion times in patches 1.14 to 1.28 or something. But yeah, it's not that common anymore. Level 2 Water Elementals are the key to victory for the human. He also has a lot of footmen remaining, 5 of them, so that's a lot of damage. And guess what? No reinforced defenses anymore. This is a little bit like the Sock strategy. Instant aggression against the buildings. But Lin is prepared, has the peons in range to get the repair off. Second Water Elemental though brings even more damage. The wolves have no chance against them, and Lin is supply stuck.
Another Water Elemental is ready, by the way, in just a moment. And after that, he can summon another one. This is the dreaded 3 Water Elemental damage right here. He's got it now. Woo! So much DPS. He's going to take out one at least. That's a level 2 for him. He's going to need to put some Chain Lightnings into these footmen, but he's going to lose the next burrow. And this is what happens, or what can happen, if this Archmage gets level 3 early. If he's only level 2, there's no way he can apply that kind of pressure at all. And I must say, Lin, why did you not veto this map? This all looked very inexpert. Usually he's got the perfect creep outs, the perfect openings, knows exactly what to do and what to prevent. But here, with that bad opening, he has fallen far behind at the end of this early game.
At least the last remaining burrow stayed alive, but he had to use the gold peons to repair that. So he's falling further behind. Good thing for Lin is he started the Tauren Chieftain before the burrow went down, so he got that second hero, but Chaemiko is going for a Tavern hero. Good old Alchemist. There is double area of effect on Lin's side with the Chain Lightning and the Shockwave, and the best counter to that is area of effect healing. Alchemist provides that, and a great acid bomb if you want to go for that. So it's going to be constant healing. We see it here now. And then he can go for it again.
Yeah,
there is one Water Elemental.
Yeah, and he's certainly going to be able to get at least one of these production facilities.
The thing is, like, with the reinvestment of resources into burrows, Lin doesn't have the lumber for the second production building.
And now he's getting supply blocked again. Oh my! The abuse of previous years continues here, and this, yeah. I talk about early game efficiency a lot, and especially for Orc, it's so important. And when you don't get it done, when you don't get done what you need to get done, you can get abused so hard. And Chaemiko, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Keep him from being able to produce anything. He's stuck on 3 grunts, which is okay, but no walkers, no raiders in sight anywhere.
Exactly, and only 100 lumber for him. Chaemiko, though, 40 supply. Tier 2 tech, as you see, is finished, so the caster should be coming soon, and then Lin will be slowed. I mean, he has the Endurance Aura to counter-slow a little bit, but only now the Walker Adept upgrade. He can still not produce any Walkers, and you want to produce them as fast as possible so that they're on the map and can gather some mana to be able to dispel as much as possible, but not gonna happen here.
It's going to be a tough game for Lin. I wonder where he takes this from here. Is it going to be time for mass creeping, get up that chain wave combo? And Chaemiko, with the lead that he obviously has, is he going to try to pressure this? Go with
Congo line coming from the main.
It's a big map though, so Militia will run out by the time that they arrive in the Orcish main base. And War Mill is done, so he can go for reinforced defenses soon once he has the lumber.
And for towers, of course, but there are militia, as you can see, there are sorceresses. We don't have priests, I guess, and especially no dispel, so the wolves can still howl on this map. So, tower rush it is, or tower push it is, on the later stages of Tier 2.
Shop to begin with, though. Maybe he's just using that to anchor. Maybe he doesn't even have a War Mill. Can't see that. We have the Stomp, actually, instead of the Chain Lightning. Usually we see the Chain Wave combo, but it is Stomp instead. The nice thing is you can kind of cancel Heal Spray, I mean, but wasn't really successful right there. He's finding some kills, but everything is getting slowed. He has 2 sorceresses already, 2 more coming in. It's going to make it 4. He can easily slow everything here.
Lin is going for the defense build now with Headhunters, but the Footman is taking care. Speed Scroll being used to save those units, but doesn't work. Wolves being summoned freshly, and the TC is surrounded by peons. gets the range damage in, so he has to TP out of that situation. That's time for Chaemiko to heal up, especially there with the Scroll of Regeneration. Doesn't use the mana on the Alchemist and can regen that mana, and Lin is bruised.
Also looking to be almost stabilized though. I was looking at the supply as this engagement started, and Chaemiko was up by about 10 or so. And Lin kind of drew even, despite how bad it looked, and there's no pressure here from towers or anything. He's going to take out this shop. So he has held, has stabilized, but as you call them, the defensive headhunters are now part of his army. Perhaps not the units you really want in a straight-up fight kind of game.
They are decent against the casters though, and at the moment Chaemiko doesn't have any breakers or only one footman remaining. There's not much normal damage. Flute of Accuracy, by the way, nice, especially for the water elementals. So the headhunters are decent in this state of the game, I guess, but once there's a few more blockers, they fall off hard.
Against breakers, they're gonna do close to nothing. Same for the TC. The nice thing about the Shockwave is you can reach behind the breakers where the caster will be standing, but he's got the Stomp. Yeah. How effective is that really going to be? Of course,
that's an issue because he has to pass the breakers, but the breakers can fire at him at that time. And if you attack with the breaker to a target that has mana, it's going to burn your mana. So how many Stomps can you really get off?
Yeah, and in the first place, to get to the casters, you're going to have to pop a Scroll of Speed. If you use it offensively, you're not going to have it defensively, which usually you always want to have available against human. Unless you have two, of course, and you can use two in one engagement. Book of the Dead here has been found, but there is Dispel.
Yeah, there's only 2 walkers though. And he has to dispel a lot of slow and water elementals, so maybe he can hold on to this and wait until the walker mana is dry.
Yeah, but Lin being Lin, he's probably going to check the inventory and is going to see that, and for that reason may want to hold on to this. Bit of mana at least. Reinforced Defense is finishing now. That is such a nice upgrade for Orcs nowadays, being available on Tier 2. With 2 burrows offensively in front, it is so hard for a human to push an Orc base nowadays once that upgrade is finished. Because, well, casters just don't kill that thing at all. Now going for a distraction play with a Zeppelin. We saw that yesterday from Foggy, not with a perfect execution, but this is certainly going to force a response.
Absolutely. Chaemiko staying at 50 supply, not paying the taxes to the Warcraft gods, and going for the upgrades instead. Pushing now. But the push is not going to be as affected, as you pointed out, because of reinforced defenses. On the other side, we have a Zeppelin drop. You can go for the Passants here. And the Raiders are good against the build. Oh, there's no Raiders, actually.
Oh, nice. Scroll of Speed used before loading up, so the Zeppelin is super fast, can't get slowed down. With that, he gets away. Now he can unload a Walker and dispel that slow that is now on the Zeppelin. But that is some easy safety bot for his main base. For Lin.
Alchemist is not with the rest of the army, by the way.
Oh. He must have right-clicked the main and then TP'd out, and then Alchemist walked out of range because he by himself cannot apply any pressure to that Orc base.
Chaemiko seems to have some trouble leaving his base with the Archmage. Is this game falling apart now? Is this one of those times where you have this advantage and then feel too safe and give it out of your hands? Or is it just Lin being Lin? There was 1,000 gold for Chaemiko. Now he's breaking upkeep. The Alchemist is reuniting with the rest of the army. There's constantly a scout at Lin's natural expansion with an illusion or something.
Oh, the Alchemist here.
Oh, I saw him now. But can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, Chaemiko being forced back, but I still favor him in a straight-up battle. And for that reason, perhaps Lin isn't giving him that straight-up battle. Now he's in upkeep. He's still got that caster army, which is always good against Orc. And Lin, he's got that weird Stomp skill point on the TC. And in general, even if it's Chainwave combo on the Orcish side, as long as there's enough heal spray and heal scrolls against this, that should favor the Orc.
Chaemiko was losing a lot of time here, though. Alchemist had to run back and be safe. The Zeppelin is empty, so the loss isn't that important. And the Archmage was stuck in the base, so that was like a minute where he couldn't do anything, giving Lin some time. He's close to 4-4. We do have level 4 on the Archmage, the level 2 Brilliance Aura is a lot better, so more mana regeneration, especially on the Sorceress, is important, and the level 3 Alchemist is around the corner as well. But without those two mistakes, he could have had better heroes now for sure.
Tomb Retraining, by the way, was purchased on the Alchemist, but I'm pretty damn sure was used on the Archmage for some Blizzard to be coming in.
End snare this time, so it can't really be cancelled. There's also no Hex. The only way to stop the Blizzard is the Stomp. And you have a limited amount of that. The Archmage is far in the back of the army, This Blizzard is gonna hurt.
Yeah. He's got 2 Raiders, so he's got a bit of Ensnare at least to use. But if you throw the Ensnares on the AM, then you can't really find the targets too easily to take out with the rest of your army. Now he's going for the Burrows here, but again, super hard to take out. And the TC being slowed, it's hard to find those connections. The first 2 Ensnares fly. Where is this Alchemist, by the way? Lucky that the Ensnares here are on cooldown. Level 4 for the Farseer. That is going to be level 2 Chain Lightning now. A little bit more damage against this human army. Here come the police again. Militia called. Kodo in the mix, but separated from the rest of the army. Hard to get that into a good position now.
Gonna be close. Out of nowhere, Lin has the supply lead. Is this position where Chaemiko wants to fight? Stun hits a lot, but he finds himself in a surround. There is a heal scroll, but is that enough? I'm not too sure. Here's stunned again. Chain Lightning is rattling through. The castles are really hurt. The Alchemist as well. It's basically a double surround. Who's going to fall first? I think both heroes are going to die, and that's exactly the case. Double second hero kill on both sides, and now it's Farseer versus Archmage.
Wow. What a cool move by Chaemiko, going for the TC surround, something you usually never see, but he realizes, hey, you have no invul, and with the acid bomb, I can actually do decent damage here. Gets that kill. But yeah, he's missing his own Alchemist now. Looking at the supply, Chaemiko, oh my god.
Yep.
Where did it go?
Yeah, good question, man. The Blizzard hurt a lot, Chain Lightning as well. Lin has a big 60 supply army. Chaemiko staying at 50. Level 2 Wolves resummoned, going for the Archmage now. Breakers are moving forward. There is no real blocker line for Lin. The Grunts are gone and only 2 Raiders. I mean, 1 Grunt is left. That's it. Nice Ensnares taking out another Breaker.
The Walkers here going for the flank. Really interesting positioning. I wonder what he's aiming for. Here's the bought back Alchemist. That was super expensive. He's bringing back a heal scroll as well, by the way. Blizzard after Blizzard raining down from the skies. AM at this stage in the game. Almost infinite mana. TC, by the way, still being revived. Shouldn't be too long until he's back, but slowly the Orc is being bled dry. This is how this matchup works for humans. Slow everything down. You don't have much damage, but you're slowing down the battle. You're extending the battle, and you have the mana regen and health regen advantage with those casters and the aura. And now he's finding some kills. Gets the Kodo. That's a big one. And Raker back with that as well.
The Wolves take out the Workers, so no shop in the bottom position. Look at this, man. 3-4 units, super hurt. How much mana has the Archmage? I would love to know how much Blizzard is available.
And he's almost level 5, by the way. So close. TC is going to come out. The damage isn't going to be sufficient here to kill this altar before. Everything's healing up again. Is it going to be counterattack time? Or just heal scroll and defending time?
He repairs this now. It is, of course, not enough damage. It was close, though. But the TC is out and the aura is back. Then does he have enough? Back to 50 supply. He lost 10 supply since the end of the last fight, which is a weird thing to say, but...
Throw speed here to get away. TC into safety. Somewhat safe anyways. Good positioning, by the way, from Lin here, catching off reinforcements. But now he sees the bigger kill. Sees the Alchemist. Doesn't fully commit to it, though. Invisibility cast prevents any further follow-up. But actually, there's a dust, and now he has to go for the heal spray. Here comes the Stomp. Disabling a little bit of that heal spray, at least. Chain Lightning coming through as well. He can still see the Alchemist. Second scroll of speed now hitting this whole entire army, and everything has to go back. Chaemiko, I think it's time to TP out of this. He still has the TP, but he also has the level 3 Blizzard. No, wait, he doesn't. I thought he was going to level up, but he didn't. The Alchemist dies once again, and with that, this is looking like a solid defense now, but oh my god, everything is so hurt. Finally, level 5 for this AM, but now it's time to leave. Everything is too bruised. He has to get out of here before he loses too many more of these units. He saves a few of them, but he lost so much as well.
That's the big difference, man. Everything is bruised for Lin as well, but he couldn't get the kills in Chaemiko, losing almost 20 supply in the last fight, including this Alchemist for the second time in this game. Will this level 5 Blizzard turn it around?
And of course, now it's safe to say that Lin has the advantage, but think back on the early game.
Yeah.
Think back on the push.
Absolutely.
The Burrow cancels, the tier 2 attack, the delaying, but it's just Lin, man. He just stays in there and he finds that one good engagement. He finds that way to get back into the game, and now he's got the Invis Wolves.
He got back into this game because of that mistake of Chaemiko, though, who gave him the time while he was stuck in his base.
A player's forces are under attack.
Now, at the corner of the map, going for the red camp. That could be level 5 TC, but he's soaking up experience on his farce here, actually. That's a bit of an oversight. It's not like he needs the damage of the first hero. Maybe he was scouting with the wolves, which are so pesky to deal with.
Yeah, they are invisible until they attack. So you can do a lot of damage with them, as they can basically move wherever they want throughout the entire game.
Item to be found was the Helm of Valor, which is not much more than alright.
0-0 upgrades for Chaemiko as well, of course. You usually don't go for Blacksmith. But yeah, he has the damage with the Blizzard, but how well does this go? He needs more kills in those fights. He does the damage, but he doesn't get the kills. It's seriously a problem for him.
Did you hear the penguin, Neo?
Yes.
It's Neo's favorite animal, by the way, so I think he appreciated that. But again, man, Lin with so much gold, Lin with such a big army, I'm pretty sure he has gathered up some heal scrolls now as well. Healing, of course, is something he doesn't have with a Shadow Hunter. So you also have to be careful about that. The rubber band effect can hit you hard if everything's dropping low with that, thanks to that Spirit Link.
If the game goes ultra long, Chaemiko's in a pretty good position because he has the mana regen from the Brilliance Aura and he has the healing from the Priest. But will this game go beyond the 24-minute mark when the mains expire? Kind of doubtful. Because I feel there's a big fight coming. Oh yeah, and Lin has the massive advantage. Yeah. Almost 20 food.
Look at the Horde. It's just so much green stuff now, and it's hard to weather the storm against this. The storm coming in ice shards will have to do a lot of heavy lifting here. Aside from Blizzard, there is barely any damage in this army. And look at the splitting from Lin. He's not going to give him that perfect Blizzard. He's going for the hero now instead, as the Archmage finds himself in trouble in the front line thanks to the Stomp. He was locked down, but he finds his way to the back once again. But Stroll speed to chase. What's he going to go for? Seems to be the Alchemist for now, perhaps the easier target, but he's got the invul as well. Forces that, but only for 7 seconds is how long he's going to be safe. Archmage now once again in focus. There's going to be a Stomp in a second. Does he have a Dust as well? No, but Disenchant's coming in. Invul for him as well. That is the 2 Invuls gone. No more safety net for these heroes, and actually a surround against the Alchemist. The little torch is keeping him stuck, and I don't think he's making it out of here as the level 3 hero almost falls. He dies, and the level 5 for this Torrent Chieftain. Chain Lightning rattling through as well, and now he's really cleaning up this human force. Chaemiko seems to be without chances anymore, being down 25 supply and then some. As this continues, one more Storm to seal the deal. Seems like he doesn't have the mana, but the Chain Lightning is good enough to eliminate the last human hero here. That is the GG and the win for Lin.
Unbelievable comeback for Lin on the first map here. It looked like he was down, lost every but one burrow against the triple water elemental push. But Chaemiko couldn't capitalize from this great early game. And that is what we oftentimes see when a newcomer, in quotes, as we know Chaemiko for quite some time, but when a newcomer is having a good early game, these old schoolers with all their experience and this huge toolkit that they build during their careers, stay in the game, keep on fighting, find the solution. They don't make mistakes. Maybe Chaemiko got a little bit nervous during that. I mean, oh my god, it's Lin. Maybe I'm able to beat Lin.
Yeah. Looked like a bit of impatience, right? He got that advantage. He didn't have to press the advantage to move into the Orc base. You don't have to do that. You can go creeping and go to level 5 AM and then go for this big, big army where there's pretty much no way around Blizzard being so powerful.
I think that changed the game a lot as well was the income of Raiders. There was, okay, we see it again. Little highlights here in between. That's new, right? Haven't heard this before. Yeah, the Invis stuff, reveal, then Invis again, then Dispel. These stuns, man, they really worked at the end. Nice Invis by Chaemiko as well, but he's gonna die here now as he gets back in this fight.
I was surprised at the effectiveness of Stomp, I have to say.
Yeah.
Usually I always feel it's pretty underwhelming against the casters.
So cool, this Dispel, man, that he hit the Alchemist. He had no idea where he was. Just Dispelled in that position. Got him. Chain Lightning. Dead Alchemist. What a play.
And that, in my opinion, makes Lin look pretty scary. Falling behind and then still being able to find the answers in the middle of the map, in the mid-game, in the late game, where he can really shine, as you said, with all that experience. Chaemiko, he's gathering more experience here as well. He was here for the last GCS, wasn't too successful for him. So he's not new to the big stage, but not as much of a veteran, obviously.
Indeed. He needs a new game plan, but it's gonna be a good one because that is the map that he chose.
I must say though, I don't want to, you know, talk him down or whatever, but I'm a little fearful for him. Like, how much better can you hope to have of an early game against Lin?
You can find a big mana push.
And level 4 maybe. And maybe the Farseer stays on level 1. Yeah, all joking aside, it's not gonna look much better for you come the first, come 4 minutes in or something. That was kind of the dream start. And Lin, I was perhaps a little critical of him, but that's the standard that he usually presents. Usually he always plays perfect at all times, and that opening wasn't perfect. That looked weird. He went for the first creep, got a Wand of Illusion, went for the second creep, got a Wand of Illusion, then he was low HP, had to go back, stuck on level 1 forever. Perhaps Lin, not too familiar with the new maps, yet doesn't have those creep routes figured out perfectly as he does on other maps. Speaking of maps, did you remember the other two?
It was Last Refuge and I think Amazonia. I'm not too sure though. I do have results from the other maps of the other games. TH is playing Night Elf and is 1-0 against WFZ, so he keeps on continuing the winning streak. And Foggy 1-0 over Neutron, which is quite a surprise because Neutron won the last 2 encounters between them.
Okay, so if it keeps going that way, Lin winning and Foggy winning, that's gonna be it. That will be our 2 winners of Group A in first and second place.
And that would mean that the world champion, the back-to-back world champion, would be out with TH, despite winning against WFC.
Would be quite the disappointment, of course, but we have to say this was the group of death. 3 Tier 1 players in one group. Can go either way, man. One of them's gonna have to lose in those encounters.
Yeah, but I think many people would have thought that it's Foggy and not TH.
Are you talking about yourself right now?
Yes.
Every time you write him off.
Yeah, it works all the time, man. It's kind of like...
it's like...
reverse psychology.
It's psychology, right? Yeah. If he proves you wrong, it's good because it's good for us.
Yeah, if I believe him in, he loses.
Yeah.
It's like
and if not, you're right. So it's a win-win. I like it. I like it, Neo. It's a good prediction strategy.
Oh. Time for map number 2. Maybe again some issues. We saw Chaemiko with the mouse bug before game 1.
Yeah, with the frequent patches rolling around 1.29, 1.30, sometimes there are a few bugs there that find their way into the game.
If you want to watch the other games, THWFZ or Neutron versus Foggy, use the multi-Twitch. Haito Chaco and Kaldor are casting the off-stage matches. Thank you guys for covering that. It's been a while since we had 3 English casters covering 1 tournament.
Yeah.
So you can get all the games at the very same time. Multi-Twitch is a blessing for this round-robin group for you guys at home.
Absolutely. So far, the favorites have prevailed, both Lucifer and Lin, and here we go. Seems like we're ready for map number 2. It's going to be Last Refuge. And that doesn't... Wait a minute. Does that mean that Chaemiko's loser's map choice is Last Refuge?
Yep.
That's like the worst human map.
Well, if he has a special strategy prepared for that, it can work. Lin, Chaemiko, map number 2, the favorite leads. But what? Looks like there was a bug again.
Alright, this is Chaemiko. This is Last Refuge.
Yep.
Is this Firelord?
I thought the same. But is the game working for Chaemiko?
Nope.
It's gonna be a rehost again.
Just kidding.
The music is awesome. So sad.
Alright, yeah, there seem to be some technical difficulties, guys. Sorry. Trying to resolve this.
We have a great Reddit thread up for every single playday, reddit.com/r/WC3, the Reddit endorsed by Back to Warcraft here. Would love to hear your feedback about the stream, about the casting, about the games, about the tournament in general. So head over there and leave your comment, because of course we see your Twitch chat, but that's gonna be gone in a bit, and Reddit comments stay forever.
And if you want to, if Twitter's more your thing, we have a hashtag going on as well, WGL Winter, to get in on the discussion. We've already had quite a few surprises so far. This will be a big one if Chaemiko could make his comeback here. Could beat Lin in this best of 3. But this tournament, yeah, it's not without surprises. as we've been saying quite a few times now, TH on the brink of being eliminated, and Sock on his way to the on his way into the playoffs.
Well, Sock lost the game, the last one against Colorful, so he's not undefeated anymore in Group B. He has to fight hard. It's pretty close between Colorful, Fly, and Sock. Well, Colorful is 3-0, but Lucifer can still make a great comeback. Soen is still in with 1-1 score, as far as I know. So Group B, pretty damn close. That's what we expected when we saw the seeding.
Really interesting. Pretty much anything could happen still there. All right. Third time's the charm? Question mark. Seems like no buck this time. Now for real, Last Refuge, game number 2. And if you don't watch Warcraft too much, you must have been wondering, what are you talking about, Firelord? Yeah, that used to be a meta build for a long time. It felt like 3 months or something. We saw the Firelord all the time, but not here. This is Chaemiko's map choice, by the way. The way this works is, after the vetoing process is concluded, we have 3 maps left, and then both players have a chance of giving their loser's map, meaning if they lose, they would want this map to be played next. And that, for Chaemiko, was Last Refuge, which is very unusual, because this is normally a very good orc map. For the reason, well, for which is a good or bad map for human every time against Orc, and that is about creep routes. It's all about this sir right here, the wizard on the horse, the archmage. He needs to get level 3 to be in a good position, and that is very, very hard to do on this map.
Ooh, Lin not opening up with the barracks, as it seems. He's skipping that. Farseer first for Lin again against this archmage. Last Refuge is a very good Blade Master map as well, with a lot of claws. The pimping is real on this map, but he seems to be a friend of this of the Farseer. Moment. And I kind of like it. If you are aggressive with the Farseer, you can prevent level 3 for such a long time on the human side.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And also you can prevent the tech for a very long time, with the militia being forced to go into... with the peasants being forced to go into militia form, excuse me. And with that you can get a massive tech advantage. As you can see here, this is the only race that is able to do this nowadays in the meta, is Orc teching before the hero is out. Has a lot of downsides though. You're not going to have any units for a very long time, but you're going to have the Farseer and the summons, the wolves, which are kind of like small units. Can be very annoying against the peasants. So,
kind of like small units?
Yeah, they're not exactly units, they're summons, right?
Okay, if you want to go into this, yeah, okay.
They're like fast footmen with fewer hit points, I guess.
And fur.
And fur.
Okay, T2 tech by Chaemiko as well. I really
wow.
wonder what this is, man.
That's a really fast tech already.
And he skipped the Arcane Tower. I told you in map number 1.
Yeah, but he's got his army standing here.
Yeah, that's true.
This is fine. He was only using 4 peasants to creep, which is totally good enough for this green camp. I like this for Chaemiko.
But what can he do if Lin continues this wolf harass?
You could set up a scout tower right now. Is he really going to skip it? A bit of a macro mistake. He forgot about the farm, so now has to power build this in the back. And here's the scout tower now. And with the water elementals and footies, he should be able to hold on against the aggression pretty well.
But this is exactly what Lin wants, right? He keeps the archmage in his base, far away from the creeps, can't creep, can't get to level 2.
Yeah. The thing here is, with so few footmen being out, maybe Chaemiko is going to be forced to use a lot of water elementals defensively. That could mean that he's going to be extremely limited on creeping, because before the Brilliance Aura is there, you don't have many of those water elementals at all.
I like how Chaemiko blocks these little niches here. Okay, now he fails, of course, cast his curse, but he did that for a long time. So the wolves couldn't get in, and that saved some time for the Arcane Tower.
We used to see it on Twisted Meadows a lot, Farseer being played and being very aggressive immediately. And with so many militia being required for that big camp there, that would keep the human on tier 1 for such a long time. But here, it's not the case. So, yes, he's keeping the AM in his base, yes, he's keeping him from creeping, but he's not keeping him from teching. The Arcane is now almost done. It's going to make Wolf Harass very hard to accomplish anything. So I think Chaemiko is kind of fine with his early game.
Right, let's see what Lin is doing in his base. It's not a Wyvern play. It's Walkers first into Raiders. We have another result from the other games. Neutron equalized against Foggy, so it could be the first loss for the Ukrainian.
Neutron, by the way, needed to win every one of his games with 2-0 and needed to have some luck from the others as well to qualify. for the playoffs. So this should mean, if I was informed correctly, that Neutron will not be making it to the playoffs, unfortunately.
He could still make the game for Foggy a little harder by eliminating his perfect track record. Because then there's still the chance for TH to qualify, right?
Yes.
Oh no, didn't Foggy have to lose all the games 0-2? We'll check after the game.
Yeah, I think it could be like... we're gonna check with that later. It's a little bit complicated in this round robin. We're gonna get our calculators out after the game and try to see who still got the chances. Lin certainly does. Again, a victory here, if he wins this map, is already gonna guarantee him the playoffs. Same for Foggy, of course.
No experience for the Farseer here. The footman dies to the creeps. 0 experience still, and slow, and the Rock Golem is not too bad with his big right hands.
Alright, he's gonna get away though. But the move out into the Orc base didn't cancel anything, right?
Nope.
Tier 2 building still up, Boro still up, and the TC coming as well.
This time it's a Mountain King for Chaemiko. No Alchemist this time, so it's hammer time and clap. The big new clap since 1.29. That could be pretty cool, especially in combination with Blizzard. Ring of Protection for the TC, I like that. For now, everything is kind of hurt for Chaemiko, so creeping is not that easy, especially with these little Murlocs who spread the poison.
Yeah. A Shockwave and a Chain Lightning could really hurt there. A single Wind Rider coming in. That is designed mostly to harass. Oh no, wait, that's the second one. Okay. Alright. Wind Rider Walker?
Where's the second? Oh.
It's in production.
Oh, okay, it's in production. Yeah, usually you harass with them immediately to buy time.
Yeah.
But he's not doing that at all. He's just speeding up his creeping with it.
Yeah, and with the first one you can force a Lumber Mill, force a Scout Tower, force a Guard Tower. It's a lot of resources you can force out of your opponent.
Chaemiko is low on Lumber, by the way.
The Orc here being able to steal the Merchant is very nice. Normally with mid-game, with the Tier 2 hero coming out with the Militia support, that Merchant belongs to the human, maybe even the opposing Merchant. But Chaemiko's taking the smaller camps, leaving the Militia in the main. As you pointed out, he's low on Lumber, perhaps for that reason. But this creeping of his doesn't seem to be the most speedy that I've ever seen.
Nope, me neither. Lin has damage, Lin has Spirit Link, and therefore... Oh, what is... Okay, oh, nice Watch Award. He will see so much, and he steals so much from Chaemiko's side of the map. This is not allowed to happen. The Archmage is still not 3. The TC is level 3 now.
And with Wind Riders, by the way, Stomp is pretty damn nice. You have the lockdown with the TC, and you have the damage from those Wind Riders, of course.
What is... Lin is not seeing the Militia train, right?
He's got a sentry up there, so I think...
Ah, yeah, at the shop.
So,
yeah, okay. There was a scout at the shop. I don't think the sentry saw it. Not 100% sure.
Easy kill on the Sorcerers. I don't know if Chaemiko knew about the Wind Riders before, but he certainly does now. There's an entrance to the base, by the way, which he may want to storm. There is a TP on Lin's side should he need to evacuate, which he's probably going to have to do. TP home from Chaemiko. He does have the double 3 AM, which is really good against the Wind Riders. The one getting focused by everything, but not enough damage. Wyvern survives, but only a footy lost, so very even trade as it seems.
Yeah, Town Portal on both sides. Raider transition now by Lin. The Wyvern have been scouted as you saw, and the reaction is coming immediately. Archmage is also level 3, so the Water Elementals do more damage against them. Yeah, and now Chaemiko sees his neighborhood and thinks, huh, something... There was some party that I was not invited to.
Yeah, and Lin playing off meta here in both games. I guess the first game is kind of meta nowadays with the Farseer, but Farseer and TC and Wind Riders, that is not standard.
5 heal wards, man. He can creep so easily with them. The 2 red spots are still up, his mercenary camp is still up, the turtle spots are still up. There is a lot of experience to gain, and the higher the Orc heroes become, the better the AoE is going to be.
This could be a beautiful creep check opportunity for him, and remember, there was a sentry ward here. He knows about this. I hope for Chaemiko's sake that he has a TP. I think the MK just bought it. He's going to have to pop it here in just a moment. You can't sleep on this TP usage against the Wind Riders. Coming in with a slow speed, perhaps. He doesn't have that one. AM in trouble. Is he going to die? Stomp, Chain Lightning. It's so close.
Whoa! Last split second. And he gets the kill. Chaemiko on the ground.
Oh, baby. That That is painful. That is extremely painful. Down to 40 supply. 19 behind his opponent. Giving up the big item as well. That's level 4 for the TC. We haven't seen what it is yet. Super risky creep camp now being taken by the MK only along with the rest of the army, but of course he has to do it. He's so far behind, he has to take some risks at this point. Wind Riders against the towers won't be able to do too much, so at least something's working out for Chaemiko. And he's getting a bit of time to breathe as well, with the rest of the army full in on the other side of the map.
We still don't have a level 3 Mountain King though. We still don't have a level 4 Archmage. And on the other side, it's going to be Chain Lightning 2 in a bit. But potentially a good item here. Bit of accuracy.
It's taken forever
yeah,
to
he doesn't
kill
have
this guy.
damage. He has a lot of magic units, but the Rock Golem, unfortunately, is magic immune. And Lin is coming in for the kill again. The Mountain King is so low. Is there a Chain Lightning or something? Level 3 helps him for a bit. Invo Potion as well. But can he block him? Can he get the kill? Can he kill the second hero as well? So far, he's waiting for the 7 seconds to wear off. The Farseer is positioning himself, and that's an Ensnare heal potion being used. Is the damage enough? The Wyvern are coming in. Potion used again. Chain Lightning, surround. Mountain King dies. Chaemiko is playing StarCraft right now. Absolute desperation. GG! Lin still undefeated. 4-0.
All right. And he shows, well, how much he can dismantle his opponent. Struggling in game number 1 in the early game, still coming back. Game number 2 seemed to be going smoothly, and this new style of Stomp TC now being followed up with the Wind Riders. Game number 1 with the Headhunters. Is this something new that could be promising? Stomp the caster, stun him down, and then take him out with a piercing damage? Very surgical. Something new to me. Seems like Lin is finding a new way to play this, not relying on the Raiders and Walkers only anymore, not relying on the SH and Blade Master only anymore. He has once again expanded his toolkit, as it seems.
And what I loved, he did it quite some time. It's not a new trick, but the positioning of the army between production buildings and Chaemiko's army. He was standing in the middle, he was catching those reinforcements, he killed, I think, like 10 units for free. 2 sorceresses at one point, and also at the red spot. He saw Chaemiko going to the red spot, but he didn't go the direct way and the short way, but he reached around to do exactly that. Cutting the reinforcements, and then of course the Archmage kill, man.
And it's such a smart way to play Orc as well. You have the Ensnare. Such a powerful ability in the right situation, and why not use it like that? Get such a big advantage. Time over time, you know, little by little. And at one point, looking at the supply, as a famous Frenchman once said, got far ahead in both games there towards the later stages. And yeah, we were thinking, well, hey, maybe this is Chaemiko's day, maybe this is his tournament, but he is still not where he needs to be to take out players like that.
Yeah, and now, after map 2, the last refuge pick, absolutely questionable. There was no special strategy, there was no special approach, there was no special new creep route that gives him level 3, so I don't know if that was the best pick.
Yeah, seriously, very unusual. Normally it's the Orcs counter-picked map of the remainders, and then AZ would be the humans, because that's much better to get that level 2 Watch of Metal on. Yeah, curious choice, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And now Lin makes it official, he's in the playoffs.
First player in the playoffs is Lin. Last time he met TH there in the qualifiers and was eliminated. Now his reign could continue throughout the playoffs, because the TH most likely eliminated. I'm waiting for the result of Foggy, if he is still undefeated or not, but I think the game against Neutron is still up. TH won his game against WFZ 2-0.
So I guess here we could rack our brains a little bit. So Lin is through, obviously. Foggy, he's got 3 wins already. TH at the most can get 3 wins. That means if it's only TH and Foggy with 3 wins, Foggy's gonna advance because
of the direct comparison. He defeated TH yesterday.
He wins the head-to-head comparison. This could it could become about map score if Neutron wins all of his games. If Neutron wins all of his games, he's gonna be 3-2 as well, along with Foggy and TH. And in that case, because they all circle defeated each other, it's gonna be out map score. And for that, we're gonna have to do some more checking. But Neutron doesn't have the best map score.
Yeah, exactly. No 2-0 for him yet. He was defeated by Lin 2-0. Then he had a win of 2-1 against Chaemiko, and it could be the 2-1 win against Foggy. He was also defeated by TH 2-0.
大家好，我是芒，目前就职于网易暴雪，主要负责星际争霸相关的一些工作。作为一名暴雪的游戏粉，能在这里工作是一件非常幸福的事儿。我记得我玩的第一款暴雪游戏是《星际争霸1》，当时我还在读小学。暴雪游戏一直陪伴我的成长，当然在里面我最喜欢的还是《星际争霸2》。当我看见 Sky 在 WCG 上拿下《魔兽争霸3》的世界冠军的时候，我就心中埋下了一个种子，就特别希望能像他一样成为《星际争霸2》的一个世界冠军，所以就为此努力的去练习，然后参加了很多星际2的比赛。
称霸高校赛，免费上大学。
在2015年的时候，我参加了我大学生涯的最后一届高校青年赛，当时稍有遗憾，最后是拿了成都赛区的星际争霸2的亚军。我逐渐认识到自己可能并不适合成为一名职业选手。但我觉得这个梦想不能因此就这样放弃了。我记得2013年的时候，我第一次在线下观看了高校新人赛《星际争霸2》的西南区决赛。当时那场线下的观看给我留下了非常深刻的印象，因为我第一次发现原来能坐在观众席和其他的这些都热爱星际的玩家一起去看这样的比赛，一起加油，一起呐喊，是非常让人激动的一件事儿。所以我当时就在想，如果我可以作为一个组织者，能够去办更多这样线下的比赛，那会不会能够让更多人体验到星际争霸的乐趣？实现梦想的方式也并不仅限于我成为一名职业选手这一条路。当我一腔热血地来到上海以后，我的梦想当然是能够加入网易暴雪，从事星际争霸相关的工作。但是由于当时我可能资历的欠缺也好，或者说工作经验也是有所欠缺，所以并不具备直接能进入网易暴雪的条件。所以我就开始尝试各种跟赛事相关的一些工作，包括兼职的 OB， 还有裁判。对当时的我来说，能够去做跟星际争霸2相关的一些工作，积累更多的一些赛事方面的经验，就是一件非常开心的事儿。因为我觉得这样的话，离我的梦想我又更进一步了。后来在2017年7月的时候，一次偶然的机会，我终于收到了来自网易暴雪的橄榄枝，投了一下简历，结果没想到第2天就收到了面试的通知。面试之后嘛，当然有人确认可以来，我就光速离职，然后来了报道了。这样，在开心的同时，我也深深地感受到了中国星际的不易，所以我也是希望能够通过自己的努力，能让更多的人感受到星际争霸2的魅力，这也是我一直以来的初心。从一名星际争霸的爱好者，到最后成为官方星际争霸的赛事负责人，这一路是非常曲折的，也是走了非常多的弯路的。所以我在这里呢，也是想跟大家分享一下我个人的一些经验和建议。首先呢，你得热爱这款游戏，我觉得这是最根本的。第一步，你得关注这款游戏的各种各样的大赛，然后呢，你得去参加这些比赛，你要切身的去感受一下比赛的每一个环节。第3步呢，你可以尝试着去组织一些比赛，参加你们学校的电竞社团，这样你可以收获很多的比赛组织相关的经验。我相信还有很多同学和我一样热爱暴雪游戏，并且想要加入网易大家庭。那么现在你们的机会来了，暴雪游戏高校新联赛招募计划已经开启，我仅代表电竞实习生在这里向广大的在校生发出邀请，参加暴雪游戏高校新联赛，和我一起实现你们的电竞职业之梦吧。
远古大陆，群雄割据，四方势力，战火不绝。一为勇气，穿梭于丛林之间，一切障碍都被他视作为猎物。一为力量，劈开了世间万物，巨剑出鞘，是将世界破坏殆尽。一为智慧，操纵着远古奥义，突破自身，迸发出耀世的光芒。一为坚韧，为囚禁了千百年，打破禁锢，只为复仇整个世界。群魔并起，鸟兽无名，王者相争，独霸天下。
ready to work.
10多年了，谁说青春不能重来？我们一直都在。
很欣慰暴雪还在坚持的更新这么一款经典的游戏。
自从有了官方对战平台以后，玩家的数量或者说魔兽的口碑也一步步在增长。
我主要是喜欢魔兽争霸的编辑器的一些功能，可以去做一些炫酷的特效，就像我们创造一个世界一样，拥有自己的那种成就感。
投入地图是需要花费大量的时间，一个技能甚至可能会做上就是几小时。
官方平台也有去号召玩家说，把地图质量做好的前提下，是可以通过商城增加你一定额外收入的。在未来，把魔兽作为一个职业是完全有可能的。
兵法有云，知己知彼，百战不殆。掌握彼此信息，从古至今都是战场克敌制胜的必要条件之一。对于魔兽争霸这款战略游戏而言，同样如此。下面，我就将给大家细致、客观、全面、辩证地讲解魔兽争霸 1.30 新版本衍生的新战术。
女猎手强的亚痞，你从未体验过的全新版本，除了加了1点攻击力，出生自带猫头鹰摄像头，买女猎就送开图小软件，开局直接2兵营，啪啪，接着出去放探头，飞矿1个，出兵口1个，练技点刷刷刷，好了，超级探头一部署，后门半人视角开启，对面你被我们看光了，把对面当成你暗恋已久的女神，你就这么默默的守护在她的身后，成为一条合格的舔狗。在掌握了丰富的战场信息之后，我们战术就一个字：皮。明确贯彻游击战打法，他开矿你就拆，他练级你就摸几下，他打你就换家。即使你的运营操作都略逊对手一筹，你仍然能通过情报拉扯对手。再把信息优势转化成胜势后，我们就800标兵奔北坡，一波 A 过去，GG 啦！